All right, tribe, that's it for today's study group. Breaking down research, going through all the research terms and the questions and whatnot. I know, research, right? Did you like this group? Not like this group? People, research on a Sunday. Honest feedback.
Hi, Ray.
Hey, hey,
Um, I'm Crystal.
hey, hey.
So I took my exam in April and I failed it. But your classes are very good. This is the third class I took this week, and it's great. The way you break the questions down is you're really good. So I appreciate these classes. I just wish I could have gotten to you sooner when I took my test in April.
Appreciate you, and it's all good. Remember to show ourselves that grace, and it really is the thought process because, again, the recall. What is the question? Terms, all terms. What is this question charading to me or matching the peanut butter with the jelly, right? Just terms. For the scenario-based questions, application and reasoning, what is this question actually asking me? And making sure that we understand what the answer choices are actually saying, because fundamentally, that last sentence that ends in a question mark is the actual question. One tip for anyone listening to in the YouTube space and whatnot: number one, show yourself grace. And number two, we want to make sure that the answer choice that we're picking out of A, B, C, and D, or A, B, and C, is answering the actual question being asked. Because sometimes we'll pick an answer choice that, yes, it's something we do as social workers, yes, it's helpful for the client, but we didn't answer the question being asked. Sometimes that last sentence will have additional information in it of, for example, what should the social worker explore first? Explore meaning gather info. And then if we pick an answer choice that just does an action, well, it said, what should we explore first? So we want to gather info about something before just straight up doing something. So it's all good. You're here now, and we're going to get that license. We're going to stay
I have
consistent too.
Yeah, I'm taking my test on Saturday, and these research questions are making me nervous now. So I'm not really. I don't know.
So sit
I'm
with
taking
it.
my test this Saturday. Come in,
Sit with the
and I'm a little
questions.
nervous.
Sit with the question, or better yet, sit with the terms, and remember the 5 a day. Build it up. Know what the term is about, and is that what's being charaded or exemplified within a question. And I know we said research, but that's for all the recall questions, whether you're talking about, or that's for all the recall questions, whether you're talking about DSM disorders, defense mechanisms, stage of a theory. Is this question is an example of A, B, C, or D, or A, B, and C. Think of it like that to help kind of reframe our mind. Because remember, there could be a lot of different examples, scenarios that they could play up where the correct answer is still denial, where the correct answer is still PTSD, where the correct answer is still validity. We just want to be able to recognize it, like, oh, that's what they're describing to us in a question. So it's all good. Sit with it, okay?
Thank you.
All right. And let us know you pass so we can celebrate you.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Ray.
Hey.
I really appreciate the class today and your encouraging words. As I mentioned earlier, I took the test yesterday. By 10 points, I was off, but I'm become reinvigorated. I was so frustrated this morning, last night. But I'm gonna follow. It's a plan. It's got to be strategic, and I believe it's all about it's a reading. And sometimes I, speaking for myself, can read too much into one question, overanalyze. But thank you again for how you take the time and the patience and give the encouragement. Thank you.
No, absolutely. And you know, sometimes we're again locking into that. What is this question actually asking me? What are these answer choices actually saying? Because sometimes we can add more than what's present on the question. Now, we definitely want to apply the relevant information, but that's the information given to us. Because the moment we start bringing in, well, this could happen, and I work with the client that this also was going on, that sends us in a different direction. That last sentence is the actual question. We want to stay focused on that. Of course, we're looking at the entire question. That last sentence is the actual question because it ends in a question mark. That's the actual question being asked. We want to make sure that we're directing our focus to answering that question. So it's all good. We're gonna get to it. People usually pass or fail by 1 to 10 points, so you're within that range. We just want to lock in and stay consistent with our studies leading up to it, and reading our code of ethics notes once a week leading up to the exam. So it's all good. We're gonna stay consistent. It's all good.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Hey Ray,
Hey, hey.
I just want to say that I have attended all 3 sessions this week too, and I do like the way that you break it down because a lot of times, when we're trying to like read maybe other material, it's just hard to decipher it. But I'm a visual person as well, and so like the way that you just break the rationals down, it definitely helps. And research is definitely one that I was worried about, but I kind of surprised myself today with some of the questions. I was like, okay, well, I knew that a little bit.
There you go.
And I am testing soon as well. I've only taken the bachelor's exam once, and when I did take it that time around, I was like 3 or 4 points away from the score I needed. But I think the difference, I'm going in confident, but I think the difference between then and now is just I kind of winged it a little bit with the first one, and this one is like I'm really just trying to understand how to answer the questions and just really look at what it's asking me, and you do a great job about breaking it down.
Appreciate you. And again, showing ourselves that grace. And for everyone listening, read your code of ethics notes once a week. Why? Because we can max out that section as much as possible. And there's some questions that simply fall into a different category. Like it may not fall into the professional values and ethics category, but when we know our code of ethics and we recognize something at play within those scenario-based questions, we can apply that information to guide us to the right answer. So staying consistent. When I say that 2 a day, I know some of us do more than 2 a day. I just want to make sure we're not doing like, unless we're taking like a practice exam, we're not doing like 1,000,000 a day where it's like now we're just throwing darts at the wall where we're not understanding the thought process. So fundamentally speaking, that last sentence is the actual question. We want to make sure that we answer it and that the correct answer aligns with our code of ethics. So glad you're here getting the thought process and kind of refocusing our mind and stay consistent with those studies. And let us know when you pass so we can celebrate you. It's all good.
Hi, I just want to
Hey.
say thank you. I've used I don't need to put another agency on blast. I've used like several different study agencies. I've not passed my exam 4 times, and I like your upbeat like personality. It's you keep me engaged. I have really bad ADD, and so focus is really hard for me. And I feel like I didn't fall asleep in your class, and I painted a picture and put together Legos, and I was grateful to continue to be engaged, especially on something like research that is not always what we go to school for, but I appreciate the knowledge. So thank you for your time.
No, absolutely. And I understand where it's not what you say is how you say it, it's not what you do is how you do it, And yes, we're all social workers. Yes, this information is applicable and valuable to what we do as in the field of social work as a whole, but we got to be engaged. We got to be, informed and tuned into it. And I know we all just want to pass, at the end of the day. So definitely glad you're benefiting from the group, getting value out of it, and stay consistent with our studies. It's all good. Remember what we discuss here, the different tips and tricks, and really just honing in on terms, just terms. And for the notes, if there's anything to add, like additional bullet points to help us remember, like, oh, this is what this term is all about, add it so we can recognize it and get it right on the exam. So it's all good. And let us know when you pass so we can celebrate you.
Hi, Ray.
Hey.
So I've actually taken my exam probably on the 14th, and I was like 16 points away from passing. So I was really close. But to go to your point, the research questions in the vignettes really confused me. It's one of the places that I didn't really study too much on. So this workshop has been really helpful.
Absolutely. Definitely glad you found value out of it. And the consistency with our practice questions, right? The consistency. Where do we get practice questions from? I know I do the 5 for 5, but YouTube, there's plenty of free ones on YouTube. Utilize YouTube as a free resource. And when we're doing our 2 a day, because I don't want us to just like, oh, I did 50 million a day. I mean, again, unless we're taking a practice exam, that's fine. But I want us to understand the thought process of how we're approaching the questions, so that we fully understand how to answer the question. So again, it's all good doing your 2 a day. Focus with that last sentence. What is this question asking me? And what are the answer choices saying? So we can pick the correct answer choice that aligns with, speaks to, addresses the issue within the question. So let's stay consistent with that. And then let us know when you pass so we can celebrate you. It's all good. All right, tribe. Thank you again for attending today's study group, breaking down the research terms and practice questions, all that. And again, I know research may not necessarily be a fan favorite of many, but it's all good. For this exam, terms, just terms. Can we recognize what research term they're describing, exemplifying, portraying, or what I say, charading to us? So it's all good. All right, tribe. I'll see you next study group.